Dynamic Seminars, the management and training consultancy presents Southern Africa's leading success lecturers.
Ladies and gentlemen, really a very, very warm welcome to you to this program today on coaching and mentoring in the workplace. To have an understanding of what it is that we're going to cover during the program. The program is about working on the types of skills that may already be within you as either coach or mentor, or for that matter, you may be someone who is playing with the idea of becoming a mentor to someone, or for that matter, acting in the role of coach within the organization or within the environment in which you find yourselves operating. So part of the process is also not only to get you to act and to behave and to have the skills of a coach, but also to get you thinking like a coach, because there's a very interesting concept about what we think, and that is that who we think we are and what we think we are is who people actually experience. And so if we can start thinking like a coach, having the mindset of a coach, if for that matter we can start thinking like a mentor, have the mindset of a mentor, we're more likely to raise the likelihood of being successful in those endeavors. So what are the actual roles that coaches and mentors play within the organization? That will be investigated during the course of the program. And finally, what I hope to do as well is that those skills, those abilities, those talents that you have at present with regards to coaching or to mentoring, let's see if we can expand on them as well. So I'm hoping it'll be a pretty enjoyable journey. I hope there'll be a lot of information that you can take away from here and that you can use as well. The initial program of coaching and mentoring was designed as a 2-day in-house course, where what actually happens with a 2-day in-house course is that I would have been approached by a representative from the organization. That representative would have said to me, these are the situations, these are the dynamics, these are the events that are actually occurring within the organization, and we would like you to address them. Now, I know that when people read my background, coming in their mind is that if I were to look at them long enough and hard enough, I could read their mind. Oh my word. I can't. There's at least 2 things that I cannot do. The one thing I cannot do is hypnotize you. The other thing that I cannot do is read your mind. I could put you to sleep, but I'm really going to try not to do that over the next 3.5 hours. And the way that we're not going to do that is we're going to be interactive with each other. If there's stuff that we ask, if there's stuff that we need to know, we'll be addressing that information for you, and I'll certainly do that to the best of my ability. Our starting point is to really get a common understanding as to what both coaching and mentoring actually is. And the way that we do this is by saying, look, coaching has been and can be defined in many different ways. It's important that we have a single frame of reference, though, for it, or for that matter, a common frame of reference. And that's why what I've done is that I've described it in the following way. First thing that I talk about is that coaching is a process. By a process, it's an indication. Could I ask over here, is anybody in this audience who plays golf? No, I've seen your game. That's not golf. But you would understand, here's the background to your golf. The first thing that happened was somebody gave you something which looked like a stick to you. There was a ball lying on the ground. You stood over this ball with the stick in hand. You swung at it and you hit it a mile. Now, it moved. So you thought, because it's moving perhaps in the direction not really where I intended to move, I am going to go to a golf pro for lessons. Now, what did this golf pro do? First thing the golf pro did was he asked you to sit down, and he introduced you to a brand new concept, a 4-letter word called golf. He then said to you, this is called a golf club. He said, this is the way that you grip the club. This is the way that here's the fancy word, that you address the ball. This is what you do with your head. This is what you do with your hips. This is what you do with your torso. This is what you do with the backswing. This is what you do at contact point. This is what you do at follow through. Oh, magic. Suddenly the ball sort of went in the direction where you intended it to go. Until, of course, you left the lesson. Because now you went for your first round of professional golf. You addressed the ball. You gripped the club. You lined yourself up. You swung back. Well, the rest is poor history. But what did you do? You didn't stop with your lessons. You went back for more and more and more. And as you went back for more and more lessons, and as you then started applying the disciplines that were imparted to you by this particular coach, you found that your game started improving. And yes, I haven't seen your game recently, but I am told it is now golf. So it's a process that is used, and in the workplace, it's a process particularly that is used by those who occupy managerial roles. All people within the workplace who occupy managerial roles are individuals who take others under their direction and care by scientifically ensuring that the work gets properly carried out and that people are kept well satisfied. In other words, that manager, that coach, has an orchestrating role of taking others under their direction and care towards specific objectives.